What's up everyone, China Cycling here, and wow, have I been having fun with this camera. This thing is totally changing how I make videos. It's such a cliche to say, but the only limitation is your own imagination. Now, I've had this camera for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I've gotten so much good footage, I don't even know where to start. You can use this thing to capture your crit races, you can use it for B-roll, you can even use it as a vlog camera. I've been having so much fun with it. I don't even think this intro montage does it justice. Let's just roll a second intro montage. Wow, so where to begin? Now, all the footage you've seen so far has been from the Insta360 X2. It's a 360 degree camera, but I think it's just the perfect camera for cyclists. Why? The image stabilization is amazing, the battery life is like 90 minutes of recording, it's fully waterproof, you can mount it anywhere, and of course, it's always recording in 360 degrees. That means you don't have to worry about framing the shot or the unexpected crash that happened to your left or behind you that you didn't capture. Now, I've been using action cameras for years, and the most frustrating thing is when you set up your camera and you go for an epic ride and then you get home and check out the footage only to find out you recorded like 90% sky with just 10% of the horizon. Or it's some sort of crotch cam because you didn't take into account your aero tuck. Now, with a 360 degree camera, you don't have to worry about any of that. You just hit record and then you frame the shot when you get home or even before you get home using the mobile app. Now, without getting too nerdy, the reason the stabilization is so good is because basically you're recording everything in 360, and then there's also a gyroscope inside the camera recording the camera's every move. And so when you process the footage with the computer or the phone app, it knows how the camera was moving during the capture and basically rotates the footage to cancel out these movements. The result is an eerily smooth footage on even the roughest of roads. Another advantage of this method is you can basically choose the field of view after the fact. You can go for a super wide shot to really take in the environment and increase the sense of speed, or you can kind of like zoom in on a subject to highlight a particular object in the scene. Now, this may be the one and only downfall of the 360 camera, but maybe it also applies to all action cameras too. Zooming in. The camera is recording an impressive 5.7K of resolution, but if you start zooming into tighter shots, that 5.7K of resolution is going to fall apart pretty quickly. Now, if my YouTube statistics are anything to go by, it's like 80% of you are watching on your phone screens anyway, so you probably can get away with lots of zooming in before it falls apart. But it is something to be aware of if you're going to be throwing this footage onto like a 50-inch 4K TV. I think the thing about the camera that freaks most people out is the invisible selfie stick. Basically, when you mount the camera on a selfie stick, the stitching of the camera's two lenses makes the selfie stick invisible. I think the slogan for the Insta360 X2 is something like, be your own camera crew. And I think that's one of those marketing lines that actually delivers. With this one camera, a selfie stick, and some GoPro mounts, you can get such a huge variation of shots. I mean, let's face it, road cycling is visually pretty boring. Maybe some of us brought a GoPro thinking they were going to get some epic shots of their rides, only to find out when you go back home and look at the footage, it looks pretty lame. You know, just like 2 hours of climbing up a hill with the scenery going past super slow. It doesn't look that good. Now, mountain bikers definitely have the edge here. And maybe gravel is a bit better than road, but trying to make road bike footage interesting is certainly a challenge. Now, the added options that the 360 camera will give you here break up the monotony and make your footage a lot more entertaining. Now, to be clear, before the X2, I used to own the Insta360 R. The X2 is so much more refined. I love the candy bar form factor. It's a great size, it fits in your jersey pocket perfectly, and houses a pretty big battery. Obviously, the lenses protrude quite far, so you're going to want to cover them up if you're shoving it in the camera bag or something. Also, you're going to want to keep the glass clean. There was one day when I was out riding and I dripped sweat on my lens. It was a super hot day and I had nothing dry to wipe the lens with. And then the rest of the footage from that day came out looking like a little murky because of my crappy sweat on the lens. Taking a small lens wipe with me or a bag of Kleenex would have solved this, so learn from my mistake. I also love that it's waterproof. And it's not like, oh, I can take a bit of rain waterproof. It's full on IPX8, throw me in 10 meters of water kind of waterproof. I took it on some rainy rides and it was a huge relief not having to care about the rain getting into it. Now, this review could easily go on for hours. The 360 X2 has a bunch of features that I've not even scratched the surface of here. Whenever you're thinking of buying something, I always recommend looking at reviews from more than one source. Don't just take my word for it. There are hundreds of reviews out there on this thing focusing on its other features. I'm just talking about it from a cyclist's point of view. The Insta360 ONE X2 retails for like $430 US, which is obviously not cheap. But I think what makes up for that is that this isn't just a cycling specific camera. You can use this as your go-to family trip camera. It's easy to use so your kids can play with it. It's small and compact so you don't have to worry about it weighing you down. I've been taking mine out on family outings and connecting it to the app and sharing my moments via the phone, and it's really made a difference. My family and friends who are far away have been appreciating the footage when we can't be together face to face thanks to COVID. My Insta360, other than that, has been living in my saddlebag, and I pull it out whenever I think there's going to be an interesting ride. If I'm going to go to the beach with the family, I'll just put it in my pocket and it's good to go. Now, if you're still watching at this point, you're probably pretty interested. I've never been one for the hard sell, so I'll just say this. If you're looking for a camera to take with you on your rides and you put quality above budget, get the Insta360 X2. Its main competitor, in my opinion, is the Insta360 R, another camera that I own, and while the comparison between the two could be a video in of itself, I think for 90% of cyclists, the X2 is a better option. It boots up super fast, it has a better form factor, and just much better battery life. The X2 also has 4 built-in microphones. They're pretty sensitive and it's good at cancelling wind noise. You can even hear the birds chirping in this shot here. And then in this shot here, you can kind of check out the audio of me talking to the camera against the wind. Let's have a bit of an audio test as I'm riding along here, like 15k an hour, right next to the sea, so there is some wind. Beautiful little cycle path though this. No cars can get on it. pretty deserted. Nice scenery. Lots of green, giving nice oxygen. Nice rolling hills. No crazy corners. A good place to ride your bike. In the description below, I've put a link to the Insta360 store. It is an affiliate link, so if you do make a purchase, I get a kickback from it. However, I want you to know, I was a paying Insta360 customer before they approached me to make this video. I love what they're doing and their products are genuinely innovative. If you're watching this video within the first few days of the video going up, you should be in time for the Insta360 Spring Sale. There are some reduced prices and some free gifts, so check them all out in the link below. Like I said earlier, I've barely scratched the surface of this camera. Go read or watch some more reviews before you make up your mind. If you do end up making up your mind and you want to get one, check out the link below, please. But you guys are definitely going to see lots of shots from this camera in my videos going forwards. It's so versatile. I can't imagine going back to making videos without it. If you guys do have any questions about the camera, ask me in the comments down below. And as always, China Cycling out.